Uh, I go on. Good evening. Yes, good evening for all. I'm Kumar Karunaratne from Sri Lanka. Actually, I am immense pleasure to welcome all of you today's meeting. So I cordially invite Mr. Janak Kamalgoda and Mr. Pial Kaluboila to on the camera. And later, Mrs. Ginige and from India, Jiraj will meet us. Okay, I want to say it is a very useful meeting for us because Mr. Janak Kamalgoda is the person who registered this association, the South Asian International Association for Early Childhood Care and Development. Today, so we are to discuss the purpose of this meeting. The purpose is to facilitate preschool teachers, preschoolers, and ECCD centers. As a coordinator, again, I cordially, respectfully, honorably, all of you, I welcome you all for this meeting. We have already sent you the agenda. According to the agenda, so we have to the first we need to self-introduction. For this event, I cordially invite for you to introduce yourself first, right? Anyone else can start. Mr. Hachi, so you can, yes, you can introduce yourself first. Right?
Hello, good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I am Mr. Hassan Jishan from Bangladesh.
Right. Okay, thank you very much. Mrs. Soni, what about you? Please introduce yourself to others. Yes. Now we have the self-introduction session, right? Before we start the meeting, so we need to introduce yourselves, right?
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Soni Vasundani. I live in Melbourne, but I have a training center, Sunshine Training Center in Indonesia, in Jakarta. I used to live in Jakarta. Now I have moved to Melbourne. And we offer diploma, Montessori diploma online. And we have about over 400 learners from 23 different countries. And I'm very happy to be here, very happy to be a part of you all, because I'm very passionate about early childhood education, and I would love to be making a difference in the early childhood education sector in the Southeast Asian countries. Thank you for having me here.
Right. Thank you very much for this yourself, and nice to meet you. Then what about our other foreign guru from Nepal? Nepal. Yes. Please introduce yourself.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Surina Gurung from Nepal. I work as a principal of Galaxy Public School and have been working in the same field for past 12 years. And since we have only from class 1 till class 10, so I would be more than interested to learn from all the people here in the screen and to take the privilege of participating in such a platform so that I can learn and enrich my knowledge from people like you all here who all are present here. And I'm looking forward to our networking. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Then what about our Sri Lankan Mr. Sisira, Mr. Sisira, Mr. Kalubovila? Yes.
Yes, hi. Okay. I'm Sisira Gonagala from Sri Lanka. I have joined with SAIA4ECCD very recently, and very nice to see you all here at this moment today.
Right. Thank you very much. Mr. Kalubovila, our senior principal.
I am P.R. Kalbovile from Sri Lanka. Now I am working as a school principal in Ratnapura Dharampala Mahavidyalaya. I have many experience with some education fields, different fields. Then actually in this time, we are very much like to sharing our experience or with all together. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. Then Mr. Janak Kamalgada, we know all of you familiar him. Okay.
Thank you very much. I am Janak Kamalgada. I am working as a Chief Executive Officer of the South Asian International Institute of Higher Education. In addition to that, I am a member of the Board of Management of the Sri Lankan Institute, which lead the technical and vocational education. It is a government organization.
Okay, thank you very much. In myself, I'm Kumar Karunaratne, right? I'm now actually the deputy principal. I'm CEL-PS grade 1 in Sri Lanka Government School. Then in addition to, I do various lecturing part with Mr. Janak Kamalgoda, then other institution. Thank you very much for your sharing your ideas and yourself. Then according to our agenda, next is to speak Mr. Jairaj, but I don't know yet he didn't participate. Then until he participate to the meeting, so I cordially invite Mr. Janak Kamalgoda to introduce the newly established this association, explain what is the legal background and what are the purpose of this, what are the positions and country managers, the consultant board. So I hope you will explain all these things now.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kumar Karunaratne. And I hope to share my screen. Yeah, this is the website of I created for the South Asia International Association for Early Childhood Care and Development. We registered this association as a non-profit making organization in the Sri Lanka with the local legal body, and we can work as a NGO, international NGO, and our main objective is to develop the early childhood and primary education sector in the South Asian countries. To achieve we know that we have to achieve sustainable development goals in 2030, not only Sri Lanka, but all the South Asian countries. There are so many challenges to achieve the sustainable development goals, especially goal number 4, quality education. Then we have worked with India, Nepal, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and all other South Asian countries. We have worked together. Then we discussed if we can establish a proper organization. We thought we can do a lot of things. In this situation, according to the legal framework, we could establish this association with the legal framework. Then mainly we appointed advisory board. We invited to the experienced persons in the South Asian countries. Dr. Ayel Ginige, she is the leading character in Sri Lanka. She is the member of the National Education Institute, board member, and she was Deputy Director General of the National Institute of Education. And she is a consultant in our institute also, my institute also. And she has worked with us more than 20 years. Therefore, we invited her. And today she has some special meeting with the government. But however, she will try to join with us. However, she helped to us for our success and our all the works we hope to do in future. And Dr. Dhiraj, he is an excellent person in India. and we have worked with him more than the 5 years, and always he visits Sri Lanka, and we have a very close relationship with Diraj, and he pushed us to exhibition association, and he is a very close friend with us and with our Sri Lankan education sector. And Sony, we warmly welcome her. We thought to get her service because she has a lot of experience in this field, and we want to share her experience with our association. And we thought we can get a lot of things from her. And we hope to appoint some for the advisory board in future. We have appointed members for the education board. Mainly, we have to plan all the works, all the projects in the education board. The Mr. P.L. Kaluboila is the principal in the leading school in Sri Lanka. He has a lot of experience working with the South Asian countries on behalf of the Sri Lanka. He has a lot of contacts, not only the South Asian countries, with many foreign countries. And he works as a regional coordinator. And we invited Yogita. She is the Indian principal, and she has a lot of experience in India about the early childhood education and primary education. And Surini is a very talented principal from Nepal. I think we can do a lot of things with her. Therefore, we appointed her as a country manager of the Nepal. And Hachin, he is a very young principal in Bangladesh. He has a good vision, and therefore we appointed him as a country manager of the Bangladesh. And for the Sri Lanka, Mr. Kumar Karnanda will work as a country manager. Then in the education board, we have to plan all things, and we have to get the advice from the advisory board. How do we plan works and how do we implement our projects? Then there's we separately highlighted country managers also in the separate page also. And we want to select good people from the other countries, Pakistan, and we have contacts, but we are waiting to appoint a suitable person. There's a council of management, the special council of management we established to implement our works and to coordinate our work. And Mr. Sisra Gonagal is a person in Sri Lanka. He has a lot of management skills. Therefore, we appointed him as a secretary. And when I discuss about the objectives of the association, we have objectives to develop the ECCD sector in the South Asian countries, focusing this objective. You can see the objectives in our website. This is the main structure of our association. Through this association, especially we focus to share our best practices with the country and to work together, and especially to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals 4.2, quality education, and special quality early childhood education. I think this is the basic introduction, and I hope to continue my introduction while our discussion. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your presentation. Now you can get any clarification about his explanation. So he explained the purpose of why we registered that type of organization, association. Then if you have any question, any clarification, any issue, how can we involve and do activities through this association? Now it's up to you, and we can go in on the discussion. What can we do? Because this is a legal authority, have the background, and legally this published in the newspaper, and now registered institution. Mr. Dr. Jiraj, okay, he has participated, right? Okay, before we, any question regarding the this association, then after that we can hear the speech of Mr. Jiraj. Before that, because Mr. Janak Kamalgoda, he has mentioned then what's the purpose of this association. I asked Mr. Kalugovila, our principal, senior principal, you have any idea about this organization or the institution? What is the purpose, or what type of activities can we do?
Better to I would like to say something about that the new organization. Actually, this is the time for to something about the Asian region, South Asian region. We have to thank Mr. Kamal Kode. He may have some idea, and he will organize the very good structure for joining with the other countries, our colleagues. I think in future we have to plan some very good project and with a very good activity. So other thing is Dr. Dheeraj and our Surina from Nepal and Mr. Achins from Bangladesh, they have some idea about the some what we have to going to do the next year, because nowadays actually all countries have faced the big problem about the corona pandemic. Then this time actually the lockdown season, the other countries also same thing happening. Many problems they have to face, but we have to gain success after the corona pandemic. We have to do something for the future generation. I think we are to looking forward to good future with this organization. Okay, we have to give the other colleagues to share with their ideas with us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. According to his explanation, I got the point that we should have the short term, middle term, and the long term goals and the projects. So specify all these objectives and activities, then we can continue. Mrs. Soni, so you can give some suggestions or idea about this.
Excuse me, Mr. Kumar Karan.
Well,
excuse me, Ms. Soni. Then I want to introduce Mrs. Yogita, Ma'am, and Dr. Dheeraj. Mr. Kumar Karan, shall we introduce both of them?
Yes, yes, you know, Mr. Dheeraj, it's better to switch on your camera, and is the very prominent person in India, and is the author and the lecturer. At the beginning of the corona, we met him in Sri Lanka also. He actually came our school, and we participate with our teachers. Very good the speech. Namaste and welcome you. And Mrs. Yogita, I'm not actually familiar with but anyway, I'll welcome, cordial welcome. She also, right? We hope next your ideas, your suggestions will forward us. Okay, thank you very much. Participate.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Mrs. Soni, so up to you. Mention anything about the your idea about the especially you are the specialist, no, ECCD, no, right?
Yes, I'm the specialist in early childhood education and very passionate about it. And what we specialize in, I think, will come to use with your your goals are. That is to educate people. I mean, I think to help the children get better education, the way is to help the teachers to get educated themselves, right? Because at the moment, there's a movement about taking the focus from teacher-centered or a teacher-focused curriculum to a child-centered curriculum or a child-centered method of teaching, which means that the teachers are all quite confused. They need help. They need to know, because they are very used to having a curriculum and then following it to the T, you know, making children memorize in the classroom, doing the old instructional way. Whereas now we are in the 21st century, we have to equip children right from the early years with the 21st century skills, which means that we specialize in Montessori, and Montessori is a very hands-on methodology that, you know, and we know that Montessori materials are very expensive and it's very difficult for teachers or every school to source all the materials. So what we specialize in is to help the teachers learn how to make materials, how to make hands-on materials, not in an expensive way, to meet the children's, you know, learning goals and to help them learn hands-on. Yeah, so that is what we specialize in, and I will be very happy to help, you know, all the teachers that you can reach out to, give them. I know Mr. PL said that, you know, we are in the pandemic and it's very difficult, etc. I agree, but I also disagree to an extent, because I think now everybody is now online. So it is a great opportunity actually for teachers and parents as well to learn like the way we are connected right now. We don't have to be in person. Yeah, we can do a lot of things online, and that will be really good for everybody now to at least get together, like principals of schools and all that, getting together to discuss this, and then bringing in teachers and give the teachers training and some know-how on how to implement, and then give them the support system. Okay, now they have learned this and they have implemented. Were they successful? If not, why? And there we have to help them. So only with the ongoing support will the change happen. Otherwise, what will happen is, if teachers learn something, they go to the class, they try to implement with the children, it doesn't work. What they will do is automatically they go back to their old teaching system. Yeah, so that is what I have learned, or I have seen from experience, which is why we love supporting teachers and parents. We have an active Facebook group that we, you know, have support parents and teachers. They ask questions over there. We have every month we have free workshops that we conduct to encourage people to just understand what is Montessori and why we must have some hands-on methodology of teaching for today's children, etc. So yeah, I'm happy to be a part of this. I am, I mean, it would be great if somebody else can do the goals, etc. And I just take over the training part and help in that area. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for the corona epidemics. Then the education become new normal. Then inclusive education. As is Sony mentioned, that the free of education, then the collaborative education and the online nowadays we engage with. Okay, thank you very much. Your valuable explanation. Then Nepal, no? Yes, Nepal, Bangladesh. Then yes, our sir, Mr. Hashin. Yes, what about your idea about this association and what type of thing?
Right, thank you, sir. Sir, thank you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, thank you, thank you. I'm very much pleased to hear appointed as a member of Food and Country Representative. South Asian International Association for Early Childhood Care and Development. Actually, I feel proud as a member of board and country representative. I want to know something about SAIA4ECCD. How can we make more collaboration with Canada? Actually, how can we start our country these activities? And I'm very excited to reach out myself, introduce myself briefly. I'm super excited to work with you all. I'm always looking forward for more collaboration, how we can develop our education system actually for teachers. Actually, I am very much pleased to present here, and I want to know how we can start activities in our country by
right.
SAIA4ECCD.
All right. As a teacher, I think later we can discuss after the Dr. Jairaj also speech. Then we can get the conclusion. But the first step, the short.
Right. Right. Thank you.
In the country-wise, right? Okay. Thank you very much for your ideas. Then later on, I'll give the opportunity to Mr. Dr. Jairaj. He get all the guest all picture and give the speech. Therefore, I would like to invite to express the idea of Bangladesh. Surina, no? Hello.
From Nepal.
Nepal, not Bangladesh.
Sorry, Nepal.
Nepal,
sorry.
yes.
Nepal, yes. Sorry.
Okay. Thank you, Kumaraji.
Okay, you can continue.
Okay. So in Nepal, like Soniji said, that Montessori is a Montessori teaching method, teaching and learning methodology is quite expensive. It is expensive here in Nepal as well. So government of Nepal has its actually do not have certain a set of curriculum for preschools, but then students aged from 3 to 5 years of age, we do have preschool for these levels of students, and it's categorized as nursery, LKG, and upper KG. So these 3 years, children are taught in a way that and these are the curriculum which are children-based curriculum, which is developed and it is developed in such a way that the children can benefit from it and develop the optimum level from here at these 3 levels. And it is sad to say at the moment that in Nepal that the national curriculum actually starts from grade 1, age 6 years and above, till class 10, and above that there are other higher school curriculum as well, which is for class 11 and 12. So accordingly, the preschool, primary, secondary, lower secondary, and higher school has been categorized accordingly. So that is how the children of Nepal are taking their education. But regardless of saying this, I would also like to say that the preschool education system in Nepal is also getting developed in recent years. And not only this, we do have early childhood education centers around here, like Soniji has her in Indonesia. So they are the one who have developed their own curriculum, and these curriculums are being implemented in schools as they choose it accordingly. So and not only this, early childhood education is also getting popular, especially in private schools, because this is a basic foundation for all the children to have optimum development at very young age. So accordingly, it has been appreciated by the government, it has been appreciated by the parents and the entire stakeholders that are directly involved in it. So it's getting slowly popular. And let's hope through this platform, I will get to learn from the expertise out here as to how to work better through networking. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. You told.
Surina, can I ask a question, please?
Yes,
Do you
Soniji.
have?
Yes.
You said you don't have a preschool in your school.
Yes, we
You
have
don't have
from
yet.
class 1, but we did have preschool from nursery, LKG, and UKG. But due to pandemic has posed a certain, it has a pros and cons. Like for us, we wouldn't be able to sit here and talk had there not been pandemic. But it's a setback for the preschoolers because it has become really difficult to continue learning and teaching methodology through online for small kids. And I think something that I need to learn from you, if you are
I have
implying
lots
this.
of ideas for that.
Yes,
I have lots of ideas.
This has become a challenge for our school. So this time we need to close down nursery, LKG, and UKG, the same preschool level.
Yeah.
So I think we need to learn from you. Okay.
Yeah, I'll be happy to help.
Yes. Okay. Thank you very much for your ideas.
And
okay, you can ask question. Right.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Srina Miss.
My pleasure.
I want to share our syllabus and method of teaching and exam system. Recently, our government has declared that before 10, there is no public exam.
Okay. All right.
Now, actually, before 10, PSC, P means Primary Education Completion Exam, Junior School Certificate, Secondary School Certificate. Our structure has declared that before 10, there is no public exam. Actually, or 2023, this system is applied for our education system. Actually. Or it is 3 steps: play, nursery, KG, pre-primary, 1 to 5 primary, and 6, 7, and 8 for junior, 9, 10 secondary, and 11, 12 higher secondary. This is our system actually. Thank you very much. And very good news for us that our government has taken decision a few days ago. From 12th September, our school has reopened.
That's wonderful to know.
We are already studying our class systematically.
Thank you, Achenji. Thank you.
Thank you, Srina.
Yes, every and each country there are some issues in preschool education. The main point is that sometimes there's another the formal curriculum. That's the issue. Can we give the formal curriculum or we introduce because of their age level? The other thing. Then Mr. Surina.
Yes.
Surina, sorry. The preschool education. So in this the forum, actually we can give some solution later to reduce cost of the preschools because there are specialists. We can get the idea and online. Through online, and we can introduce various activities. Then Mr. Sisira, you what about you? You mentioned something, no? Hello?
Yeah.
Mr. Sisira Gonagala, you mentioned, no?
Yeah, Mr. Sisira Gonagala, yeah. Mr. Kumar, can I explain something, Dr. Dhiraj, because when I introduced, he was not here.
All right. Okay. I cordially now invite Mr. Dhiraj. He listen what we discuss now. Then especially speech on the value of networking to achieve sustainable development goals for South Asian countries. Up to you. The cover all the area. Okay.
And
I cordially.
Yeah, Mr. Kumar Karnan, before Dr. Dhiraj presentation, shall I brief what I explained earlier to Dr. Dhiraj?
Okay.
Yeah, I think because shall I share my screen also? Because Mrs. Ma'am Yogita, I warmly welcome Yogita Ma'am and Dr. Dhiraj. Firstly, I will share my screen and I will explain about the association. Yeah, and we have worked with the India and Nepal and Bangladesh and with Pakistan and the South Asian countries for long period. Especially we want to thank Mr. Kaluboila, Mr. P.L. Kaluboila. He is the key person in the Sabargamu to coordinate the academic activities with the South Asian countries. And with our experience, we discussed to establish proper organization, proper association to work together. After the results of that discussions, we could establish South Asian International Association for Early Childhood Care and Development. We registered it in Sri Lanka as a international non-profit making organization, and we appointed to the advisory board Dr. Ginige from, she is the Sri Lankan leading academic lady, and always she guides us, and we have a very close relationship with her, working for the to develop the Sri Lankan education system. Dr. Mehta is he is the leading academic person in India, and always he is a very close friend to the Sri Lanka, and we are working very close, and we appointed him as a member of the advisory board. And so only we appointed her to get a lot of experience and share her best practices with the association. And we appointed members for the education board. We appointed Mr. P.L. Kalboila. He will work as a coordinator with all countries. And we warmly welcome Yogita ma'am. And we know that we can get a lot of things from you. And we know that you will do a lot of things to make networking with all the countries. And Surini, she is a talented principal from Nepal, and with others. And we hope to meet the board and education board together to plan our work. And we appointed council to implement our decisions in the coordination with the other South Asian countries. And we have established our objectives when we register our association. You can see our objectives in the website. Yeah. Now I think we discuss. Give me 1 minute. Yeah, and I think this is the September, and we have 3 months for the 2021. Then the October 1st is a very special day for the all children in the world, because Children's Day. And I like to propose some sort of ideas to discuss together. And I hope to ask from all of you to organize an international conference on how to achieve sustainable development goals 4.2 for South Asian countries with COVID pandemic situation. We can continue a proper program in next 3 months, and we can launch as a conference on 13th September and 1st of the October. And I hope to organize. I hope to ask from you to organize conference, one-day conference for the 13th September with the 3 main areas. And 1st of the October to organize the cultural program with the children and with the teachers in the all South Asian countries. And in the end of the 1st October, we can do the discussion about the 2-day program. In the 13th September, for the first day in the conference, I hope to organize. I like to ask from you, all of you, to discuss about the main 4 categories. One is the artificial intelligence for ECCD and primary sector in the South Asian countries. And Dr. Dheeraj is the leading person for that area. And facilitate for special needs children for their holistic development in South Asian countries. And I think from the Surina, we can get a lot of support from her, and we can give to her leadership in this area, because she has good friends in especially education also. And the other area is challenging in teacher learning process to build 21st century skills in ECC and primary sector in South Asian countries. Then Sony also, Mrs. Sony also introduced a lot of ideas, and we can get her ideas, share how to change teacher learning process. And I think Mrs. Yogita ma'am, I think we can get her support and to change the existing teacher learning process to achieve the sustainable development goals, and to change, to introduce new methods to develop the 21st century skills in the children in the South Asian countries. In addition to that, we can discuss about how to make productive early childhood education centers and how to continue our ECC centers productively with COVID situation. I hope in those areas in the 13th in our conference, and 1st of the October Children Day, to conduct some children events and preschool teachers event. Then we can do October, November and December continuously focusing these areas. And we can do Surani can we can go to the Mrs. Surani leadership on the special education. We can give the leadership to Madam Yogita to work with the Sony to education to change the teacher learning process. We can get the leadership from the Dr. Dheeraj to implement the artificial intelligence to the ECC sector in the South Asian countries. We can give the leadership to the Bangladesh how to make the ECCD and primary education productive with the COVID situation. I think this is the one my proposal to the table. In addition to that, while we are doing these things in the next 3 months, we can organize some events with the preschool teachers in the all countries. And we can we have a lot of teachers, we have networks in the Sri Lanka. We can give them to do some discussions and some programs. And Yogita ma'am and Sony, Madam Mrs. Sony can direct them, and we can we can make small groups from every country, and we can give chance to share them their experience. One, we can do every day that type of programs, even the weekdays also due to the COVID situation. And the other thing is, we can make the good opportunities for the children, for all countries to share their knowledge, their experience together through the online. Those are some my idea to the table. And I think Dr. Dheeraj will guide us how to implement those things with his experience and his knowledge. Yeah, I summarize what I explained earlier with my new proposals to Dr. Dheeraj and Ma'am Yogita. Thank you very much.
Now up to you. Right. Thank you very much for explanation, Mr. Janakamal Gode. Dheeraj, you can continue. Doctor.
Yeah, good evening, good afternoon, everyone, and good evening for those who are extended timings, and greetings from India to all you people there. And it's good to know that schools are reopening and we are coming back to our portals. Yes, of course, it's a great challenge now because the children want to learn differently, and we need to learn to teach differently now with the march of time. Well, the very concept of early childhood care and education is more than, preparation for primary schools. And it aims at the holistic development of the child's social, emotional, cognitive, and physical needs in order to build a solid, and a broad foundation for lifelong learning and the well-being of our children. Well, in India, we recently targeted to the new education policy. Here, ECCE has been regarded and included as an integral part of the right to education. And even NCRT, that is National Council for Education Research and Training, has been directed to develop integrated circular intended for parents, Anganwadi workers and teachers with focus on health and nutrition of mother and child and cognitive and emotional stimulation of the child. So what we are targeting here is currently the children in the age group of 3 to 6 are not covered in the 10+2 structure, as class 1 begins at age 6 here in India. And in the new 5+3+3+4 structure, which is a strong base of early childhood care and education, from age 3 is also included now, and which is particularly aiming at promoting better overall learning, development, and the well-being. As we know, of course, over 85% of a child's cumulative brain development occurs prior to the age of 6, indicating the critical importance of appropriate care and stimulation of the brain in the earlier years in order to ensure healthy brain development and growth. So presently, quality ECCE is not available to crores of young children, particularly children from social, economically disadvantaged backgrounds. And hence, investment in the ECC is a potential to give all children such access, enabling them to participate and flourish in the educational system. So here, of course, in India, now we are targeting to a national curricular pedagogical framework for early childhood care and education for children up to age 8 will be developed by the NCERT. I mentioned about it as National Council for Education Research and Training in 2 parts, namely 0 to 3-year-olds and a sub-framework of 3 to 8-year-old, aligned with the latest research of ECCE and national and international best practices. And that is what we are eyeing at. And this cooperation headed by Mr. Janaka, I am very sure will be able to deliver quality initiatives all around the country, and through our clusters in each country, we will take back and we'll reflect on how best we can integrate and how to introduce this in the dominated areas, particularly where alternate schooling in a phased manner, and particularly the responsibility of integrating through our partner member states will be, to ensure its continuity from pre-primary through primary school to ensure the due attention to the fundamental aspects of education. For sure, the idea planned by Mr. Janaka is really, really praiseworthy, and we look forward to catering to organizing these events in the evenings, because when we are free from our duties, we'll be able to deliver it well. And we can explore debates, we can do panel discussions, we can work on our skills, and we can even, in the future, think of having some exchange visits with teachers and colleagues coming to Sri Lanka and even coming to member states and the member countries to discuss physically. But as he rightly suggested, that we are open to weekly webinars in the evening in the form of a panel discussion, at least that will be treated as, documentation of our meeting. And we can even aim to, sign up with the ISO standards for this particular association to cater to the needs. And then, of course, as the resource can be shared among the countries for wider participation, delivering quality, because here in India, the National Education Policy 2020 is a step towards getting to understand the concept and roll out the expectations from the side of the stakeholders in particular. So we are eyeing at the novel spectrum of quality education, and my frequent visits in Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Nepal, and Mauritius actually delivers the priority of training teachers on account of quality circles, experiential learning, neuro-linguistic programming, and above all, quality circles, the Kaizen approach. And this framework defines the attribute of how best we can come together, come closer, and work for the quality awareness towards delivering the new age demands of the new normal post-corona. So of course, that is going to be targeted. And we are also eyeing at, compiling books, authoring books in co-authorship among various countries so that we can share the knowledge. Also, artificial intelligence as directed by Mr. Janaka, our chairman. For sure, sir, we will be happy to deliver it and we can do it to propagate the concepts. Now in India, through the Central Board of Secondary Education, we are actually targeting teaching through artificial intelligence, all the subjects. You'll be surprised to know that our English teacher is teaching through artificial intelligence, online mode, with the tools of online artificial intelligence, which is catering to the needs and the learning outcome, in the best of the possible manner. So this certainly is going to prove the way and change the directives of the education standards and catering to the needs. I'm very happy to note that people are coming together to harness the potentials of the children. And we are looking forward to, exchange visits, partnerships, organizing international conventions, competitions, and enriching all the stakeholders, particularly the parents, the teachers, the students, and of course, the principals. So this is all from my end. Thank you very much, and God bless everybody. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much for your valuable explanation and positive comments on this association. We can do something in the near future. Okay. Now up to all the members. Now we can share ideas. Then what about our guest? So I can't remember the name. Please, that lady from India, no?
Madam Yogita, ma'am.
So you, yeah, Yogita. Sorry, Miss Yogita, madam. Now we cordially invite her to some idea about this association. Okay.
Can I say something?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah. Really appreciate what Dr. Dheeraj have shared, all in align with what I was thinking this group would be. And yes, it's fantastic if we can achieve all those goals that Mr. Janaka mentioned earlier. That would be fantastic. And yeah, I appreciate it all. Would you be able to share with us, Mr. Janaka, the goals that you had or the picture that you had for the next 3 months, so we can see how it will work? And another thing is that I live in Melbourne, so like Dr. Dheeraj was saying, evening discussions and all that, I won't be able to do. I'm like 5 hours, nearly 5 hours ahead of you, yeah.
No, so maximum evening, let's say there is a common time for Bangladesh, Sri Lanka and India, it's more or less the same time. So we'll adjust it accordingly that your evening time matches our time, which is quite comfortable. Yeah, we'll look on to that. What time is presently there in Melbourne, ma'am? Presently?
Now it is 8 o'clock, nearly 8 o'clock.
8 p.m. PM, no?
8 p.m. Yeah.
Yeah. So we can extend it by 1 hour, no worries. So 4 p.m.
I
for
also
us.
don't mind extending my sleep hour by 1 hour. We can adjust
no
a little bit.
4 p.m. 4 p.m. will be okay. 4 p.m. in India, 4:15 will be okay for you.
That'll be about 9 o'clock over here. Yeah, that should be fine.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. We look forward to that.
Thank you, Dr. Dheeraj. Yeah.
Yogita, yes.
Ma'am Yogita, we know that you are very talented and we want to give some responsibility to you because there are so many girls in Sri Lanka they have talented, but we want to take them to front, and we want to give the responsibility to you to show the kids' talents and teachers' talents in this association. I think you will be a good mother. We know about you, and we as Dr. Dheeraj advised to us, and as his advice, we can do a lot of panel discussions and kids programs in the evening, 1 hour discussion. So like that, we like to give the leadership to you. We will support. We will support, and to get the leadership to organize panel discussion and kids programs in our association. Is it good, Mr. Kaluboiler?
We can do it. Okay.
Thank you, sir. And it's no doubt a wonderful platform for sharing and for knowing each other and how we can just, okay, right. And just to see that, okay, how we can do much better in this field, right? And it is always that by sharing, we need to know more, right? So looking forward to know each other's working.
Yeah, good. And how we can organize the program for the September 3rd and October 1st. I think we can give the leadership for the countries, and we hope to give the Surini. We will support to you, but you have to get the leadership to a 2-hour session on the special facilitate for especially needs children for their holistic development in South Asian countries. You can change the topic, and we will invite to the all countries, teachers and all things, and you have to get the leadership in 2-hour program in the 13th day. And we will give the Dr. Dheeraj to conduct the Artificial Intelligence program. And I'll give the Bangladesh to organize we will support and to session for the make productivity and primary education with the COVID situation. And we can give the Mr. Kaluboila to how to change the education curriculums and teacher learning process with the support of Mrs. Soni, and Mr. Kumar also will support that. Then in the 1st of October, the Children Day morning session, I will invite to my students, our students, to organize the cultural program, and we invite to all other countries, their teachers to participate that cultural program, and we will give the leadership to Ma'am Yogita in that cultural program. Our teachers and all will arrange the cultural program. End of the 1st of October in the evening, we can summarize and we can get our success. And from that October 1st till end of the December, we can do continuously evening sessions, panel discussions, and kids activities, teachers activities, all things. Then we can get how we can plan for the next year, and for the short term and long term, then we have idea and we know our strength, our weaknesses, our networking. How is it, Mr. Kumara? You can continue.
Okay. Now we get the gestalt picture, what you discussed. Then any question, Mr. Hashina, he asked that question, that what is the immediate activity that we can do. Then I think
then we can organize.
Answer is organize, yes, online program, no?
Yeah, online program.
1st of October. For then country-wise, you check whether what type of things you can do. Then accordingly our strength, so we can collaboratively do the program, right? Okay, any Mr. Kalubovila, do you have any
Janakaji, actually, I have a question.
Idea to
Not exactly a question, but I'd like to request the plans that you just informed us. Can you send us in an email so that we can plan
Yeah.
ahead for all
Yeah.
because we need the dates and time and everything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Now I'll table my ideas. If all of us like to do that, we can plan and I'll send with the details. We can then the 13th we can organize the conference and 1st of October cultural program. Yeah, we details, but we like to get some ideas how to success the event like that.
Yes, once you receive the that link or the article, then accordingly you can refer first the objectives of the association, and each and every objectives you can subdivide into the proposal, some projects, right, to achieve those objectives. That is
I'll invite to the Minister of
thing. Then we can form the full plan, of the year plan, and maybe the 5-year plan or 3-year plan, like that. Likewise, right? This the before then other thing is that the vision and the mission we want for the association. Even you can suggest something later on WhatsApp group or through the email to send the Mr. Janaka or the group for the association. We need what is the vision and the mission or all these things, right? Now, okay, any question or any we can share idea before we conclude the meeting.
Yeah, Dr. Dheeraj explained some, he gave some ideas about the competition. We can organize some competition among the teachers and among the children also in this period.
Yeah, we can circulate the information in the group, and each country can do it when we can share the resources. And now since we have 5 countries, so each of the country can, delegate some activity or the other, and we can participate with some percentage of our colleagues and teachers, and let's promote it. And we can do that. And for that event which you have categorized, you make a creative, and we can always, share it with the best of the competency. And the idea should reach to the maximum people, Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll invite to the Minister of Education in Sri Lanka also to the conference.
Okay,
Okay.
Mr.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Kalubovila and Mr. Sisira, do you have any idea or questions? Hello.
Hello, please give me 1 minute because today I was very busy.
Yeah.
This time I joined. Had not my lunch also. Give me 1 minute.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. What hard work, no? Then what about Mr. Kalubovila? Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Kumara, actually now what we have discussed and what we have suggested, what we are going to implement, now we'll have to follow it up. That is what we'll have to do. Am I correct?
Right. We have to find report wise, then we can say, yes, you are correct. Okay. Mr. Janaka Kamalgode, our pioneer, then what are the things we have to discuss further, or then we can conclude?
I think this is a good start to our works. Always we have to work together because we can share a lot of things. And I think that we have a lot of contacts with the Dr. Dheeraj, Dr. Surini, Mrs. Surini, and others in the. And we, Mr. White from the Pakistan, he will join with us near future. And we wanted a good associate organization, legal body to work together. Then we could establish it. And I think if we work together, we can do a lot of things together. It may be a very strong strength to us. And we think we can show our unity to the global society, not only the South Asian countries. We can show to the other countries, and if we do work together and if we implement good projects, we can get the donations also from the other countries, other foreign countries, other associations, the UNICEF, UNESCO, and there are so many JICA and like that lot of other associations. They need to develop the early childhood and primary education in the South Asian countries, and they like to donate and give the funds for the productive projects. And then now we know that Dr. Dheeraj is the very excellent academic person, and we can get his advice and his guidance. And Mr. Kalwoli is a good leader, and he has a lot of power to coordinate with all other countries. And Mr. Kumar is a very excellent principal in Sri Lanka, in a big school, and he's a good management skills. And Surini is a very talented young principal, and he has a lot of networks in Nepal. And it is a very pleasure to us, Mrs. Soni, and we can get the lot of experience, her best practices. I think this is a good platform to us to go forward. Within next 3 months, we can find what is the path to go in forward.
Yes, Mr. Kamal Gode is the creator of the bridge, the Manas, the platform. Right, thank you very much for all of you there now. So we have to conclude the meeting.
Okay, thank you. I have to parallel meeting now, so I'll have to leave. Thank you.
Yes. I think Mr. Janaka, better to excuse Mr. Dr. Dheeraj because he's a bit uncomfortable like. But I feel.
Yes, because doctors.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Then I cordially invite Mr. Kaluboyle to deliver the word of thanks. Thank you for all of participating.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. Today, I think this meeting is very successful and also very useful to all of you. This is the first day and the beginning of one of the statement in we know that well begun is half done. This is the I think this today is I start very good session and also we would like to continue this session very successfully a long time. The first thing is we have to mention in the coming 10 years we have to think about the sustainable development goal. I think Mr. Kamal Goda also explained very well how to achieve this goal. The fourth goal is the quality education. We have to achieve the year 2030. The whole of the global target to achieve some achievement using the sustainable development goals. Then today actually we would like to thank especially Mr. Kamal Goda to organize this forum and also our colleagues from Nepal, Surina Gurung is also very talented principal in Nepal, and from Bangladesh, Mr. Hutchins, also the very talented principal. Both of you, thanks, lot of thanks from the Sri Lankan, on behalf of the Sri Lankan side, and also Sony from Indonesia and Melbourne from Australia. You are the very talented preschool teacher and good trainer. We very much thank to you to join with us, and also future. Also, we hopefully your help to develop this association. And also, Mr. Sisira Wanagala is today is very silent person, but we think he have lot of idea, and he has a very good experienced person in Sri Lanka. Especially, we would like to get very big support to develop the sustainable goal, one or two goals about the environment development like that. Mr. Sisira, thank you very much for doing with us. And also Mr. Kumara Karunaratna, he did marvelous job to coordinate and everything to did the this meeting. Thank you very much, Mr. Kumara. And also, finally, I would like to thank again Mr. Kamal Goda to do the many marvelous jobs to do like this forum. And I would like to thanks all of you again and have a nice day. We will meet again like this forum soon as. Thank you very much.
Okay, conclude. Right. No U-turn. Right. Go forward straight. Right. Thank you.